Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chasing Goalposts podcast. This is episode numero uno, and I'm your host, Dustin Cosgrove. The question that you're all probably asking yourself is, what are we going to be talking about here on the Chasing Goalposts podcast, and ultimately on the Chasing Goalposts platform, which will also include a newsletter and our website in addition to the podcast? Well, essentially, we're going to be sharing personal finance, investing, and business insights with a community of active income earners looking to achieve their own goalposts. So whenever we're talking about financial specifics, guys, obviously there's a few disclaimers that we got to go through, and this will be relevant for all future episodes as well. Disclaimer 1, the content provided on this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be construed as advice. Number 2, the information provided may not be suitable for your specific situation, and reliance on any information is at your own risk. Number 3, before making any decisions, we strongly recommend consulting with a qualified professional who can assess your individual situation. And last but not least, number 4, a full overview of our disclaimers can be accessed via our website at www.chasinggoalposts.com/disclaimers. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's dive a little bit deeper into each one of those topics that we brought up at the start of the podcast. So we're going to be talking about personal finance, investing as business, as we mentioned. Personal finance, that really means earning, budgeting, saving, and preserving your wealth, tactics and strategies around that. From an investment standpoint or investing standpoint, it'll be stock market, real estate, syndications and rentals, for example, businesses, or better yet, in ourselves. Investing in ourselves is probably one of the best investments we can make. And then last, business, which captures career, entrepreneurship, building a brand, and ownership, right? Okay, so the next question is going to be, why the name Chasing Goalposts, right? And so really this comes back to a few years ago, we asked ourselves, what are we really chasing? Right? You're working 40, 50, 60, sometimes 70, 80 hours a week, depending on what kind of business you're in. The question you got to ask yourself is, what are you chasing? And that's something that we actually couldn't really answer for a long time. But after a while, we realized that we're actually chasing our own curiosity. And really what that meant was learning, growing, and ultimately being productive. In addition to that, we thought about moving goalposts. You've probably heard of this term. And many of us do this on a daily basis or yearly basis, right? With New Year's resolutions coming up, this is going to be front of mind. We set a goal, work towards that goal, hopefully achieve that goal, celebrate briefly, and then ultimately the chase continues. So really that's the context and the background around Chasing Goalposts, asking yourself, what are you truly chasing? Are your investing, personal finance, business strategies aligned with where you're going, right? And ultimately, the moving goalpost, acknowledging that and realizing that the destination is actually the journey itself. Okay? Now we're at the end of 2023 here. We're going to keep this really short and sweet. Introduce the Chasing Goalposts podcast and the Chasing Goalposts platform, and let you know that we will be back in 2024 to hit the ground running and provide great content on personal finance, investing, and business as we move into the new year. All right, everybody. Happy holidays in the meantime, and we will see you in 2024.